Okay.
We just wanted to get from you how you felt about the meeting being closed after it was announced that it would be public, number one, and number two, about your association not being invited.
Well, first of all, it was a big surprise to us when we opened the paper today to see that there was a real estate meeting going on with Parliament that we were not invited to. For the record, I'd like to point out that we represent 20 companies, the Real Estate Association of St. Martin Ram, whereas the group that's having a closed session with Parliament represents 5 companies. And of those 5 companies, one of them is owned by Mr. Leroy DeWeaver, or he's certainly a shareholder in one of those companies. So this, I mean, I think that the facts speak for themselves as to why we're not being permitted in there. This being said, they're discussing legislation and new policies that will affect our livelihood, our business, and I don't see what's so top secret about that, and I see no reason why we can't be involved in the discussion. We came here after realizing we were not invited just to simply listen on what was being discussed, and apparently we're not even entitled to that right here in this democratic country.
Which, that's the whole thing.
Absolutely
And-
agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now, of course, you're not being allowed today.
Correct.
But the opportunity is offered to organizations to write Parliament and request to have the
Yes,
meeting.
exactly.
I'm guessing that's your next step.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We plan to do this right after
Yeah.
this interview. This being said, we met with the Central Committee on Monday, where we gave a very productive presentation, I thought. We had reviewed all the topics that were to be discussed. We were very well informed when we spoke on those topics.
Okay.
And we were actually told that we would be invited back to meet with this exact committee here at a later date, which no time was then set. So again, it was a major surprise to see that we were not involved in the discussion today. While we were waiting here for this meeting to start, Mr. DeWeaver was outside, and we, politely asked him how come we were not invited to this meeting, to which he said this meeting was requested by this association. However, just a few minutes ago, Ms. Cressida Arundel contradicted that statement by saying this association was actually invited by the current committee that's meeting. So, again, I don't see why there's so much confusion on such a basic topic and why there's no transparency here. Again, this is a conversation that involves our livelihood, our industry. We represent 20 companies, they represent 5. I don't see why we're being excluded from the discussion.
And we all are supposed to have the best interest of the public and St. Martin at heart.
Correct.
So it should be a unification, whether we're 2 associations or 1. This doesn't make any sense.
Absolutely.
What is there to be hidden?
What is so top secret that we can't at least listen to the discussion? It's bad enough that we were only being permitted to listen, now not even that. Again, we feel very adamantly that we should be involved in these discussions.
When
our-
you have 20 minds, you put 25 minds together, the brilliance that can come out of that when people are working together, that's what makes a country, and that's what makes the laws, and that's the way it should be for the public, for the benefit of the public.
That's bravo.
Okay.